Well, one of our favourite groups, the Nuclear Veterans, finally got to meet with Andy Burnham last night. Not bad, considering he's not even Prime Minister yet, after he called for a one-year tribunal to end the nuclear test veteran scandal in the Commons. Take a listen.
The servicemen who served this country in the post-war period in the South Pacific are nuclear test veterans, Madam Deputy Speaker. How often in this House do we praise our veterans, and how in this case have we left those veterans without truth and justice in terms of what happened to them all of those years ago? And I think this House needs to hear their call for a special tribunal, Madam Deputy Speaker.
Well, we're going to speak to the founder of Lab Rats International, Alan Owen, who's no stranger to this programme, and Steve Foote, who's a descendant of a nuclear veteran. Steve, that, Alan, was incredible. You got in to see Burnham already.
Yes.
And you went in to see him in his office in Parliament. Positive?
Very, very positive.
What is this tribunal he's talking about?
Well, we've went to see the missing medical records report on Monday. We spent 7 hours, Steve and I, with the other Steve, spent 7 hours in Parliament, in the MOD building, looking at the report that is going to be published today. And that report will show that I cannot find these medical records that we've been talking about on your programme before. So now we need to take it the next step, and that's why we wanted to see Andy.
Is this carelessness, or do you suspect something else?
I suspect something else.
Yeah. They've been hidden deliberately or
absolutely
secreted because of the damage. Well, it will show just how seriously ill these men were made by the tests.
Absolutely, and we know they've been destroyed over time. So Andy was very positive. He said, OK, let's get this report, let's see the recommendations, and let's really push forward. And his words to me were, we need to be all over this.
Well, Steve Foote, it's taken enough time to get this kind of result, hasn't it?
It certainly has. It's taken many, many years, as Alan well knows.
And explain, was it your dad or
my dad? Yeah.
What happened to your dad?
My dad served on HMS Narvik at Christmas Island in 1958. So he witnessed Grapple Y, which was the biggest nuclear bomb that this country ever detonated, plus another 4 bombs that went under the title of Grapple Z. Luckily, my family's been fairly lucky compared to many others. But Dad sadly passed away in 2008. He never spoke much about the tests. Some veterans speak about it a lot, others not so much, and Dad never really told me a great deal about it, to be honest.
Did he have health problems?
Not long after I was born, he had testicular cancer, and therefore I'm an only child, so Mum and Dad couldn't have more children. Whether that's because of the tests, I don't know, but I guess it's not impossible. Yeah.
Alan, there's a lot of stories like that.
Yes, it runs through all of our descendants as well as the veterans, and is continuing, and that's the big thing. It just continues on and on and on and on. So grandchildren, great-grandchildren are having problems now. So this is not just an isolated incident, it's continuing through all of the descendants.
And just the mechanics of the tribunal, how is that going to work?
So the idea is that from this report there will become recommendations.
Yeah.
Some of those recommendations can be implemented straight away. Then we would set up the tribunal to then dig deeper into, yes, we know that these records were destroyed, mislaid. We need now to know why and hold those people responsible. It's all right saying that they're just, oh, sorry. We need to now have the responsibility, and that's where the Hillsborough law comes in with the duty of candour to say we can now do that.
Yeah. How many records do you think went missing?
We've seen the report. It's embargoed until later on today, but it's thousands.
Oh,
thousands.
Really?
That's terrible. Yes.
It is, yeah.
Did you see your own father's medical record?
I had a battle with the MOD for several years to try to get his medical records. Eventually, I got them February 2025. The only reason I got them was because the Veterans Minister at the time, Al Carnes, personally signed off on them.
Right.
When I got the medical records, most of it was missing.
Oh.
You're joking?
No.
So it didn't even give any sort of advice or help even to see them?
No, in the medical records, Dad had a chest X-ray taken before the tests, one during the tests, and another one after. They're in the index. The chest X-rays aren't there. the results aren't there. The reason for the X-rays isn't there.
Stinks to high heaven, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And do we think this was happening under successive governments?
Absolutely, yeah. It's not. It's happened since the first test in '52.
Yeah.
So all those governments that have come afterwards have not addressed the issue, and that's what we want Andy to do. Andy needs to address the issue, and he's promised us yesterday that he will address this issue.
It is a scandal, isn't it, Alan? Because none of the veterans who were involved in this had any idea what on earth they were getting themselves in for.
And to then know that you could possibly be irradiated and there could be possible health concerns, you would look to your government that sent you there to help you.
Yeah.
And then not to be helped again is just kicking a man while he's down. It's just awful that they would cover it up. But then now that we're finding out that potentially they've been destroyed as well, that's just... We talk about a cover-up, but this is a cover-up and a scandal. There is no other word for it.
And what's happened to this country? When you think about the infected blood scandal and the post office scandal, and now we're discovering that those brave men who were doing their duty for king and country, and their medical records have been destroyed.
I mean, we were with the Hillsborough families.
By the state.
Yeah, we were here with the Hillsborough families yesterday, and you can see the toll it's taken on them.
Yeah.
That for the years, and they shouldn't have to do that. We shouldn't be sitting here to have to do this when these men fought for their country and signed up.
Steve, it's been down to yourself and the veterans and the families of those veterans in order to get this through.
Yeah. It's, as Alan well knows, it's just a constant fight. Going back to my dad's medical records, I was told when I got them, if I had any further questions, I should direct them to the Naval Secretariat. I've been doing that since March of last year, and they haven't replied to me. The nearest I got to a reply was last Christmas, just before Christmas. I got an automated reply saying emails aren't being monitored today because the team are having their Christmas lunch.
Right.
So that's the whole point of this Hillsborough law now, isn't it?
Yes.
There is a duty of candour, and you can challenge them if they don't perform that duty of candour.
And they can be held responsible.
Yes.
It's the accountability. We know that they've done this, so now we need to know who's responsible. That's why the review is so important.
Yeah. Were you in the chamber? Were you in the Commons chamber when Burnham made his speech?
Yes, we were sat in the...
Must have been a pretty dramatic moment.
It was, yes, it was, yeah. We got told off for clapping.
That's the rules of Parliament. They're pretty okay. And just finally, of course, because Starmer said he would meet you.
Yes.
And he never did.
He didn't do. We got the letter on Friday that said that Keir Starmer wouldn't meet with us, but we met with Calvin Bailey, the Veterans Minister, to discuss the report, and he was very positive as well. He was very good. But straight away, Andy's not even Prime Minister yet, and he's like, that's fine, come in.
Well,
Difference.
It's a pretty good sign, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Gentlemen, thanks for coming and speak to us. That's Alan Owen, who's founder of Lab Rats International, and Steve Foote, whose father was one of those veterans of those attacks. Best of luck to you. Best of luck.